Hey guys, it's part 2 of our yoga segmenting. This is the warrior section. So this is if you're looking to work on your legs a little bit, work on your strength and your flexibility at the same time, work on your core, work on your posture. We are adding in a little something unconventional today, since we're going unconventional anyway, and we're going to add some light hand weights as an option. You don't have to, but as an option to your warrior sequence. What I really like about the warriors is that they work the entire body. So we're going to make the assumption that you've already done a little something to warm your body up and to limber your body up. So if you haven't, if this is the only segment that you're doing today, make sure you go and take just a quick little walk around, do a couple of jumping jacks, maybe do a couple of bridges, a couple of little spinal twists side to side, and just get yourself warmed up. And then once you're ready, come back and press play and join us. So we're actually going to start up on our feet, and I'm just going to have my hand weights accessible to begin. So let's just stand sideways and think for just a moment about posture, as we often do. So I just want you to close your eyes, place the feet right underneath the hips, and give yourself a minute to stand tall. So remember that we want our ears to sit right on top of our shoulders to sit right on top of our ribs to sit right on top of our hips, and our hips to sit on top of our heels, but at the same time the entire foot is connected to the floor. So just take a moment there, give yourself a couple of deep breaths, moving into that inhale, exhale through the nose. And that sense of coming from the low belly on the inhale, filling up your whole core. And then on the exhale, coming from the outer reaches of your core back to that low center again with your breath. And because we are using some light hand weights, use these breaths as an opportunity to try to relax your shoulders, relax your neck. So you can let your eyes come open whenever you're ready. We're just going to hinge forward from the hips, bending the knees. Come on down into a forward fold if you want to give your head a quick little shake out. And then from here, go ahead and collect your weights, one in each hand. Bring the weights up to the thighs. Lengthen out your spine and come up to standing, using your core to get there. So let's start with the right leg forward, left leg back, not a super wide stance at this point. I'm about to fall over. And then take that back leg and turn it out to that 45-degree angle. So your left toes are pointing toward the left corner of the room that you're in. Remember, this is our Warrior One stance. So remember, you want to leave your hips fairly relaxed to accommodate the position. We don't want to try to force the hips forward. But we do, from the waist up, want to try to rotate that torso to face forward. So we have beautiful posture, and all we're going to do is take those arms, we're going to bend at the elbows, bring the palms to face forward, and then we're going to press overhead. So we're going to take an inhale up and an exhale down. And an inhale up and an exhale down, breathing from that low center. So continuing to utilize our yoga breath pattern. And remember, we have two legs on which, or two sides rather, on which to work. So we're going to not do too many on one side. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhaling up, and on the exhale, think of drawing your shoulder blades toward your waist. Let's do 1 more. Now, bring those weights into your shoulders. This is a safe position from which to lower down. And then turn your hips and your shoulders, your chest, to face the left side of the room, moving into our warrior 2. So remember, if you want to, you can widen out that stance from foot to foot. Let's check to make sure on the front leg, the hip bone, the knee, and the toes all point in the same direction. And we're just going to bring our weights down in front of us to start. Zip up that core, roll the shoulders, lengthen out the neck, and then pull those weights up to the shoulder. And then from here, out to the sides, palms up. So we're just going to move in and out of the legs. And as we come out of the bend, we're going to reach those arms overhead like you're framing your face as a portrait. And then back down again, hands stay at shoulder height. So we're going to take a big inhale up and an exhale down. And you choose how low you want to go in that leg. Inhale up and exhale down. Good. Inhale up, exhale down. Keep that going. And I'm just going to bring myself out of it for a moment to give a few cues. So instead of straightening your right knee, think of drawing your thigh up toward your hip, and that lengthens the knee. 2 more times. Draw that thigh up, 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 up. And then release. Let's make this our last one. Hold here in that warrior position. Bring the weights into the shoulders and release the arms. So we're going to take that back heel. We're going to lift it up and we're going to rotate the whole body to face the front of the room. If you need to, scoot that back foot in a little bit. So the front leg is bent, knee is right over the heel, and the back leg is long, heel pressing toward the floor. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to come up 1 inch in the legs, so it's really small as I lift my arms forward, down 1 inch in the legs, up 1 inch in the legs, and down 1 inch in the legs. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You could always reverse the breath to accommodate the lifting of the weights. Press that front heel into the earth. Let's do 2 more of these on this side. 1 more. Front knee stays right over that heel. And release the arms. Go ahead and step the legs a little bit closer together. We're going to shift into our warrior 3. So first option that I want to address is front knee soft, weight in the heel, back toes still on the floor. And you have a beautiful neutral spine. And you're just going to hinge that neutral spine forward as you press the arms back and up behind you. And then return to center. We're going to take an exhale and an inhale. 1 more like this, and then we have the option to change it. So if your balance is wonky today, this would be the place to stay. Otherwise, we take all the weight into that right leg, engage the core, neutral spine, exhale, hinge over, inhale, come up. You can tell if you look closely at what I'm doing, which I hope you're focusing on yourself, that my balance is off today. It happens. Shifts in the weather, in our health, things like that. Be forgiving. Put those back toes on the floor if you need to. Exhale over. Inhale up. If your balance is weird, like mine, you can reverse the breath pattern. For the last 3, I'm going to exhale on the way up to engage my core. So remember, as you go down, push those arms up and back behind you. Engage that back shoulder. We have 2 more. We have 1 more. Ready? Last time. And as we come up, we're just going to give that foot, the front foot in particular, a little shake out because I'm sure it's feeling a little tense. And then we're going to do the whole thing. You can just stay facing the same direction and switch sides, or like I'm doing, you can turn and face the opposite way. Starting with our warrior 1, remember this is not our wide stance. Front leg, left leg points straight ahead. We take that right leg, we turn it out to that 45-degree angle. Hips are relaxed, but we take the ribs and the shoulders and turn them to face forward. Go ahead and load those weights up at your shoulders, and then engage your core and turn the palms to face forward. When you're ready, inhale, press overhead. And on the exhale, as you draw down, think of drawing your shoulder blades in and down. Inhale up. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades toward the waist. So front knee is bent, back knee is long, core is engaged. Good. Total body from our feet all the way through the neck, right? Let's do 2 more. Let's do 1 more. Hold here, bring those weights into the shoulders, and from there, lower them down. So go ahead and turn your hips and your shoulders to face toward the same wall as your back leg, right? So we're going into that warrior 2. So again, as we did on the other side, if you want to widen out your stance, by all means, feel free to do that. Check to make sure on that front leg, hip bone, knee, toes, they all line up. Front knee's right over the heel. Back leg is nice and long. Core's engaged. Bring the weights up to the shoulders. And from there, extend out to the side, keeping a nice little bend on the elbows and the palms up. When you are ready, come up out of that front leg, arms come overhead, frame the face, and then lower back down. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale, keeping those shoulders down away from the ears. So even though the arms come up, the shoulders move down. Remember, rather than thinking of straightening that front knee, we want to think about drawing the thigh up from the knee into the hip. Let's do about 3 more of these. We have 1 more after this. Come down, draw the weights into the shoulders, and release the arms. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop my back leg in a little bit because last time it made me fall over. Lift the back heel, turn everything to face the wall that's in front of you, and then make any adjustments that you need to. So we're in a lunge position. The front knee is bent and over the heel. The back leg is long and the heel is pressing toward the floor. So remember, we want the weight in the front heel. We're already down nice and low. On the inhale, in the legs, we come up just an inch, but in the arms, we come all the way to shoulder height. And then we exhale back down again. Push through that front heel and release. Push through the front heel. You'll feel your seat, your hamstring fire up, and release. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, you'll see in the legs it's quite small, whereas in the arms we have a lot more range of motion. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Think about posture and core. Awesome. And go ahead and just bring that back leg in a little bit. This is our warrior 3. For the first 3, we're going to keep the back toes on the floor. Core is engaged, front knee is soft, and the weight is in the heel. Find your neutral spine, and then inhale. I lied. Yeah, no, exhale. So inhale where you are, and on the exhale, hinge that neutral spine forward. Push the arms back behind you, and then inhale up to standing. You can reverse the breath, remember, if you need to. If you need more core engagement for balance. 1 more like this. So you can continue that variation, or if you like, bring all the weight into the left foot, and when you're ready, hinge over, pressing the arms up and back, and then return to the top. Spine stays in neutral. I'm going to go ahead and inhale on the way down and exhale on the way up, because I know that I need every little bit of balance assistance that I can get. We'll do about 3 more of these. I'm not looking at you because when I do, I fall over. I'm trying to keep my gaze on a fixed point just out in front of me. 1 more time. And then come on up and wiggle out that left foot a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and just set the hand weights down. Face the front edge of your mat, whichever way that is for you. Feet underneath the hips. Go ahead and soften the knees. Hinge over. Find that chair pose. Hands to the tops of the thighs. Few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale to arc. Exhale to round. Releasing tension, because remember, when the whole core works, the back works, the abdominal muscles work, the sides of the body work. Let's do 1 more round. Instead of rolling all the way up out of this cat, find a nice neutral spine, a chair pose, and then release down into forward fold. So arms can hang, or you can grab opposite elbows. And we're just going to think about pressing the heels into the earth as we lift the sitting bones toward the ceiling. It does not mean you have to have straight legs. Just think of lifting your sitting bones up and feel that stretch as it moves through the backs of your legs. You should also feel it in your back, in your neck. A couple more deep breaths, just allowing the body to relax. And then release the hands, bend the knees, and come down onto your knees. We're just going to take the right foot forward, walk the left leg back, find a lunge position. Let your hips come forward, front knee is right over the heel. Remember, you can always bring those hands up to the thigh. This is more comfortable for some people. It also allows some of us to open up a little bit more through that back leg. Just make sure you relax your shoulders. And then let's come down with the hands and very gently switch sides. Make sure you have enough distance between the front heel and the back knee that you can really come forward and that front knee stays over the heel. Feel free to walk the hands up to the thigh if that helps. Breathe here.